Paula Burgess from Beyond the Maze. Please do tell me, why did you start Beyond the Maze? And more importantly, what keeps you motivated to keep going? Because business is bloody hard sometimes, right? And everyone has their own different motivation. So yeah, tell us how you started, why you started, and what keeps you pushing forward to strive for the best.
Yeah, look, in the last 11 years, business has had very much its ups and downs. So, um,
Just a little bit.
yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, so what got me started? Actually, my son got me started when he was 4, and we laugh about this now. It wasn't really a laughing matter at the time. When he was 4, he was expelled from his daycare centre.
Whoa, take it.
Pretty extreme, right? For a
Jesus.
little 4-year-old.
Yeah, either that or just get it out of the way early, just
Yeah.
get
Oh, that's
done.
right. Exactly. Exactly. So I just thought to myself, well, you know what? If he can't handle school a daycare at the little old age of 4, what hope does he have with the school system? So I kind of went, right, I need to start my own business. And at the time I was in financial planning. I was doing paraplanning, which is writing the plans for advisors. And I decided that there was a market for that out there, that people would work from home writing plans for financial advisors. So I started doing that part-time while I was working full-time and dealing with my son's needs, who was pretty full on. It ended up being ADHD. Then it kind of went from there, and I thought, I'm going to start this business, and got a couple of allied health clients through all the different therapies my son was having, and it kind of just blew out from there. And now I have 10 staff. So definitely grown.
Crazy. Oh, that's
That's
so
right.
amazing. I didn't know that was the part. I didn't know that was the connection where it was
Yeah.
like your son and the people that were helping your son all of a sudden became your clients.
Mm,
That's just a great way to start a business, isn't it?
I know, right? It's, yeah, great. And then, of course, the health industry just refers really well. So they just
Mm,
kept saying, you got to see Paul, you got to see Paul. And that's kind of how the business just grew from there.
mm, mm, mm.
And how I stay motivated, well, I think obviously, my son's still at school, so I still need that flexibility somewhat. I mean, he's a teenager now, so he doesn't need me as much. So I sort of, the thought of working for someone and having to be flexible around his needs just does not appeal to me at all. And I think, yeah, just knowing that I, provide somewhere fun and pretty easygoing to work for, 9 other people, or 10, including myself, um, is, keeps me going on that as well. And, my big goal is to have a racing team and, all these fancy different cars that I want to have in my life. I've got to do something, and wage isn't going to do that for me. So I need to grow a business to pay for all that.
I think just the cost of your petrol alone, if you do
Yes.
200 Ks,
Yes.
I do like when we go networking, I do love going up the Sunshine Coast because there's hardly any traffic, etc. But I'm always wary of the cost of petrol. So I
Mm.
can only imagine how much petrol you go through. So you definitely need a lot of extra income.
Yeah, well, some days, like I went down to a track at Warwick, and I went with a full tank, and I finished the day with nothing. I was like pushing to get to the servo. So yeah, that's a full tank of fuel, and we all know how much that is these days.
Jesus God, get on that 7-Eleven app and you can lock it in cheap. That's what I
Yeah, that's
do.
it.
And then it goes, oh, you saved $4. I'm like, oh, well, was it pointless? Me trying to risk my driving license, trying to lock it in somewhere cheap. It's like, oh, sorry, officer, I was trying to save $4 on my petrol. But
It
that's
just
just
gives you a couple of $100 in fines. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But how I work it out is I go in, I scan it, I pay for my petrol, get a coffee, but then the coffee becomes free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and if anyone knocks 7-Eleven coffee, I don't care. It's free. Shut up. I
Yeah.
don't care. What's your next 4 songs, my friend?
All right. Next 4 songs, we've got Venga Boys, Boom Boom Boom, Cherry Pie by Warrant. Very cool song.
Yeah, I love it. So
Yeah,
good.
it's so cool. Beyonce, Single Ladies, and the Black
Mhm.
Eyed Peas, I've Got a Feeling.
Yes, and interestingly enough, on the Beyonce single ladies, I saw a TikTok about this. What amazes me so much is that sometimes you don't realize that the song is a cover, and but
Mm.
this song wasn't so much of the song wasn't the cover. What I saw of the video, it was the actual video. So you know how she's dancing with the hands like this. It's actually from
Yep.
a video from the 60s. Someone
Oh,
else did that in the
wow.
60s.
There you
Ah,
go.
dear. Yeah, there you go. But just to give you some stats, guys who are listening, and obviously you can see this on YouTube as well, but Venga Boys, boom, boom, boom. And you missed a boom. So it's 4 booms.
Oh,
So make
yes.
sure you get it right. So that's 14 years old. There's been 220 million views on that. 220 million views. Then we got Warrant Cherry Pie, 67 million views. So, we need to get that pumped up a little more. Beyonce Single Ladies, 976 million views.
Wow.
Imagine just $1, not even a dollar, 1 cent of that.
Yeah.
And then Black Eyed Peas, 753 million views, man. That's like,
Wow. That's
that's
crazy.
in 14 years. That's mad, isn't it? Now, and it just goes to show that these artists are the top of their game, and that's what we try to be our businesses. That is their business, that's their product, that's their thing they're trying to sell, and we're trying to do the same thing. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. We're going to let the music do the talking, and we'll see you soon.